What's up, guys? We're back here in Josh's garage doing a little bit of work on the Red Z. Where are we headed, Josh?
Apple Valley Speedway.
Let's get there.
Have you already started?
All right, just did a couple laps, didn't record them. How are we feeling so far, Josh, to start the day?
Pretty good. I'm excited. I feel much more comfortable behind the wheel than I have in the past times. My helmet needed some adjusting. I had some extra padding in that wasn't normally there, so I was feeling a little squeezed. But besides that, everything else felt good. The weather's nice. The car feels good. Looking forward to doing some more driving. Hopefully
Sweet.
Progressing.
Yeah, it's going to be a real good day. Do you have any specific goals for today? Anything in mind that you would like to accomplish or try to?
Yeah, the main thing is just smoothly transitioning between turns, connecting turns, and also growing more comfortable behind the wheel, feeling more comfortable just driving in general.
Sweet. Let's get after it.
Cool. Let's do it. I feel like I have a little bit of control over the car, though.
For sure.
Okay, this is the big turn right here. I gotta connect this.
So it...
Oh, should I have stayed on the gas there?
Of course, I turned the GoPro off for a lap or two, and we ended up going flying off track, specifically around that turn going up and over the hill and back down. That was a turn Josh had been trying to nail all day, and one of them just kind of timed the initiation off, put us on the wrong line, and put us off track, and this is the aftermath of that. Thankfully, nothing too serious. All right, Josh got a few more laps in. I actually did a few laps as well. That car feels so good. It is a stock Z, no angle kit, no suspension, just a welded diff and a healthy motor, and it is so easy to drive. You may have saw D-beaded a tire. Josh went off into the dirt and just popped the bead right off, so we're putting some air in it. It should seat right back on there, and we'll get right back out on track. Interestingly enough, it is starting to rain. It is uncharacteristically cold here in Southern California. Maybe the rain will pick up and Josh will get to learn how to drive in the rain. That'll be a first for him. Josh's first time driving in the rain.
Something's dragging.
You excited? That's terrifying. At least we have good wipers.
Wow. Do I have any control?
If you didn't brake, they probably would have rotated back around. Really? Yeah. Apple Valley Speedway in the rain. Who thought we were going to get a rain track day today, but it has been so much fun. A huge thanks to Josh giving me a little bit of time to get out there and have some fun behind the wheel. I probably did about 10 laps, and man, it is just so much fun in the rain. Everything goes in slow-mo, and you really can learn a lot. And based off of my performance at Hot Pit or Windtail, I need it, especially in the rain. But Josh is back behind the wheel. I'm gonna sit out for a couple laps. I've kind of given him about as many teaching points as I can, so we both agreed, hey, go out by yourself, reflect on everything you've learned, and try to put it into practice. Well, looks like our day's gonna be cut just a little short. It's only about 30 minutes left of the track day here. But looks like we experienced some kind of drivetrain failure, either axle or diff. It is only spinning one of the wheels under power, so we'll have to get back home and figure out what's going on with that. Overall, I think it was a great day. We'll get Josh's thoughts here in a moment. I mean, it's not often you get to come to Apple Valley and have a blast in the rain. We used no tires at all, had no issues with the car, aside from whatever broke right now. So in my book, that's a good day. Let's see what Josh has to say. All right, well, day's over. We had a small issue. I kind of showed that already. Obviously a diff or axle or something failed, but whatever. There's only about 30 minutes left of the day anyways, so I think all in all, it was still a real good day. I mean, it's not often you get to drive in the rain, especially at Apple Valley. I think that was really cool. But what are some of your takeaways, Josh? I know you had some goals to meet today, some things you wanted to accomplish, so how'd that work out for you?
As far as goals go, I don't think I really executed on those the way I would have hoped for. Things didn't necessarily go as I expected with the change in weather, and then also it had been so long since I was out driving. I felt like I had so many new things to work on. It was like I didn't really have a clear foundation to work from.
Okay, understandable.
So
we're still pretty new at this, so yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously rain, huge curveball. If you've never driven in the rain, it's a completely different thing than driving in the dry. So that was cool. But I mean, from my perspective, I think you did really well. I think you didn't really regress from where we were at last time. The last time we were at Willow Springs, where we actually like put some time into developing the fundamentals. I think you are building off that, and I'm excited to see the progress. I know maybe it doesn't feel like a lot to you, but it was there.
It was fun. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it can be frustrating, but overall, we were actually talking about this earlier, just taking one little thing and kind of working on it and hey, how can I make this small adjustment and do that over and over and over, seemed to have exponential results in me feeling more comfortable behind the wheel and noticing transitions being smoother, and the whole process would feel better just by paying attention to one adjustment and practicing executing it.
Right.
Yeah.
I've actually talked about that in past videos a long time ago. I tend to go to track days with one specific thing in mind. One very little thing, one very specific thing, right? Whether it's, I want to work on transitions, or I want to work on left foot braking, or I want to work on driving in the chase position, whatever it is. I like to pick one thing and focus on that all day. And we didn't really do that, but it seems like you did that on your own towards the end of the day. And I feel like that's where you progress the most, is if you really focus on one thing. Because I know from my perspective, trying to teach you or help you or instruct you, whatever you want to call it, I tend to just kind of information overload because there's so much going on in my head that I want to share all that knowledge with you. And that can be really hard to digest. So I think that's a really good key point that you bring up, that is very important, just to focus on one thing at a time. develop that one skill and then maybe move on to the next one after that.
Yeah, so my skills were not meeting the level of coaching that was available, if you will. So to me, it just seemed like I need a little bit more time on the track, and then it's like I'm sure all those things will be like, oh, this is so. I'm so grateful that I had that. But right now, as like such a beginner, some of it became a little bit of an overload. But as far as the goals that we had set out, or things that we were talking about wanting to accomplish by working on the one specific thing, it seemed like all those other things progressed in a way that was still a win. So, for example, I'll tell them what it was we were working on. I was having a hard time with, as I was going into initiations or transitions, there was a lot of going on and off of the throttle where it would be like kind of punching the pedal. You know, I'm a little bit panicked, and so I'm hitting the pedal. And Tony's suggestion was to basically keep a more consistent throttle and just have minor adjustments, or adjust accordingly, but not have the throttle go totally on or totally off back and forth, because it alters the movement of the car and weight and all that stuff and ends up making it much more difficult to control. So it made a huge difference as I just worked on, okay, how can I have steady throttle control as we're doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is not that easy. Like minor pedal things where you're driving this car and trying not to hit stuff. It's like, okay, I want to move this, small amount.
Right. And that gets exponentially increased when the rain comes into play, because you have to keep the rear wheels spinning. As soon as they get a little bit of traction, the car wants to drive straight, and then you have to like reinitiate, and it just becomes this thing. And if you drive with your foot just a little on the throttle, you do transitions on throttle, it just kind of makes things smoother. And like I said, it gets amplified when you're in the rain. So I think the turn in weather was kind of a great way for you to experience that and really see like, oh, that's what this is doing. That's what's happening,
Yeah, which we had talked about that prior.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about punching it. So the rain was actually really helpful.
Cool. Well, I think you killed it, man. I'm excited to see you progress more and more, and hopefully we'll get out to the track again soon.
Thanks, man. That was fun.
Heck yeah.
If you made it this far in the video, drop a comment down below and let me know what would be your #1 tip to give to a beginner drifter. For now, that's going to be a wrap on this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing Josh back on the channel again. I know I was excited to get back out on the track with him and see his skills develop. The rain definitely was a curveball. That was a whole new thing that he had to learn, and I think he did a pretty good job. Again, this is maybe his like 3rd track day. If you haven't seen the past videos of him and the car that we built for him, I'll go ahead and link the playlist up above. Either way, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you're subscribed. In the next one, we are going to get some work done on the Miata. Got to get that thing roadworthy. We have some work to do on the Z because the 2nd round of Hot Pit is coming up. But until then, I'll catch you in the next one.